Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to discuss about SR flip-flop. So let's get started. So we have already know that the latches and flip-flops are memory elements in the sequential circuits. So if you observe the block diagram of any sequential circuit, so this is the basic block diagram. One combinational circuit will be there, input, output and a memory element is there. In the place of the memory element we are going to use the latches and flip-flops. So in this video we are going to compare first with the help of the latches, and we are going to see with the help of the flip-flops also, and we are going to judge why flip-flops are more better than the latches also in this video only. So let's just see that. So in the previous video, the latch implementation, so we have saw two implementations with the help of the NAND gate and with the help of the NOR gate. So please check out that videos. I am giving that videos in the description box because that videos are very important for this video for understanding SR flip-flop. So if you see there, I have placed a gated SR latch I have placed over there. You can also see that we have enable line. In the enable line I have passing clock, and there also from the output I am taking the exact output in the S and the not means the complement in the R, and getting feedback to the combination circuit again as Q output. Now we are going to see this with the help of the clock. Already we are passing clock in the enable line. So that clock, as it is the gated latch. So in the latches we have already discussed that latches are level triggered. So especially gated latch, if you observe, this is the clock signal. According to the level high only it will be reacted. According to the input it will change the output. So let's see that how to do that. So this is one of the reasons that latches are not used much more regularly. We use the flip-flops very more because in the latches, if you see the latches that is transparent notch, I am not talking about transparent latch. I am talking about only gated SR latch. So if you observe, as this is the level triggered, the input or the output will change very fast because if you observe level triggered, so at a single level, the input will come, output will go. Input will come, output will go. This is the procedure. So level triggered or very much instantaneously change its outputs. We don't want that. We want to be change our output according to our wish, our requirements. You can also see over there, and we have a simulation that. Okay, for the sequential circuit, if you want more clarification about that with the help of the gated latch, so if you observe, I have took the same thing but replace the combination circuit with a real combination circuit. In place I took here a XOR gate. So first the input is 1. Let us assume the input is 1. So the second one, as the input coming is 0, let us assume that is a 0, because if you think anything don't know, that assumes as 0. For the XOR gate, one input is 0, one input is 1. So we already know if both of the inputs are different, we are going to get the output as 1 for the XOR gate. So the output is distributed to the SR latch. That one input is directly applied to the S and another input is applied as a complement 0. We already know if set is high means S means set here, R means reset. So simply that is known as gated set reset latch. So if you see here, set are passing as 1. So set is high, the output would be set at, that is Q is equals to 1. Again Q is immediately passed to the XOR gate because it is again feedback with the XOR gate. So I have highlighted in the green color also. If you see clearly, again the one is passed feedback back. So input is same but the feedback is coming again. So according to the feedback, it will change the output again because both inputs are same. According to the XOR, the output would be 0. So 0 will be passed to S now, and its complement will be passed to R now. If you see clearly here, R is dominating, means reset is dominating, R is equals to 1. So in this situation, as output will be resetted, that's 0. So again it will come back. Like this is the very fast instantaneously process. So that is, if level trigger used, this is a very problem is arising. So if you want the same thing to be as simulation format, the gated SR latch, so this is the simulation of the gated SR latch. The same thing, the XOR gate only. So if you want, I am giving that in the description box, check it out. So if I run this circuit, you can see over there what is the input in the XOR gate and the output NOR gate. The inputs for the NOR gate very fast it is changing. So if I change the voltage and the frequency to the 1 megahertz also, then after that changing also, you can see I am again running that. So you can also check that it is very much faster, changing very much faster the gated SR latch. So that is the reason we are not going to use in the sequential circuits the gated SR latch. We are going to use the SR flip-flop instead of latches as memory elements. So for that reason only we are going to use the SR flip-flop. So flip-flop is almost same to the gated latch. So but a small difference here. We are going to represent with a small triangle shape inside that. but instead of that is enable line, we are going to directly pass as clock here. So I am saying once again that S is equals to means 1, set means 1 and reset means 0, and this is a symbol of SR flip-flop. There are two types of SR flip-flops. So first one is positive edge triggering and second one is negative edge triggering. And one more important thing, these flip-flops are based on the clock pulse only, but the edge triggering this is. The latches are level triggering and the flip-flops are edge triggering. So this is the main important points in the flip-flop. So that is the reason, as this is the edge triggering, so this can't be changed the output instantly. And to differentiate for the negative edge triggering, we are going to indicate with the help of a small dot before the triangle. Remaining all thing would be same. I hope you know what is meant by positive edge or negative edge. So simply we can also call as rising or falling edge triggering. So if you see, if output is responding to the clock with respect to the rising edge, that is known as positive edge. If it is responding according to the falling edge, that is known as negative edge triggering. Edges means rising or falling, you can observe on the clock pulse over there. Let us quickly see the truth table for the SR flip-flop. If you see clearly, it is almost similar to the truth table of the latch. So if you observe, if reset is 1, then our whole output would be resetted to 0. If set is 1, though whatever may be the reset, the whole output would be setted, that is 1. So for the 0, 0, S is 0, R is 0, the condition would be hold condition. If S is equals to 1, R is equals to 1, the whole output would be forbidden. Means it is not invalid state, we are not going to use or pass in the flip-flop. If you want more details about that latches, I am giving the video in the description box, check it out. Already if you know, let's get forward. So already we have known that this is the gated SR latch circuit diagram. So we can also convert the gated latches to the SR flip-flops, we can say. So inside the box we have gated SR latch circuit diagram. So simply we are going to connect with the help of a clock transition detection circuit. So with the help of this circuit, we can convert this whole gated SR latch to the SR flip-flop. This is a very simple process. So let's before seeing this, we are going to understand the outputs and inputs with the help of the transition diagrams or timing diagram analysis. So remember, I am saying once again, this is for gated SR latch that we have already discussed in the previous video. So if you observe clearly, this is the level triggered. So the dotted lines also I have represented according to the each level. So remember carefully, clock is very important here. And this is the truth table for the gated SR latch. So if you observe the clock, I have represented the dotted line each and after every level. The first after dotted line represented after high level, then the low level, then the high level, low level. Like that I have represented the dotted lines. So in the gated latch we have two inputs called SR. So according to that I have drawn the output in the previous video. You can also represent simply here. As this is the level triggered, we are going to see with the help of the SR flip-flop also, and we are going to compare. So we are going to analyze for the SR flip-flop the timing diagram analysis. The first starting with the positive edge triggering. So I am saying this is a positive edge triggering and the basic info for your understanding. This is a just rough sketch so that you can understand your understanding more. So let's see how you have to take the output. So before taking the output, see clearly I have took a clock. You can see over there because we have a clock in between and we have two inputs S and R. So you can also see I have took some random things that is according to the inputs. They can give any of the things. This is clear. And you have two inputs, that means the two inputs. I have took two inputs and we are going to formulate the output Q and Q bar. So just I will teach you how to draw the Q, and you can draw the Q bar also because just opposite of the Q is Q bar. So we are going to see the first rising edge. So up to then you should not check anything. So after seeing the first rising edge, you are going to compare S and R. So compare S and R, that is set is high here, reset is 0. So reset is 0, yes, reset means R, set means yes. So as set is high, just you are going to set the output Q to high. So you can see over there, I have took high over there. So up to where we have to maintain this high, up to where you can see the next rising edge appears. So you can see the next rising edge appears, up to there you are going to pass the whole line. So you can see clearly over there, we can able to control the input, means the output according to the clock, only basis on the rising and falling edge. So it is not instantly changing as up and down in the SR flip-flop. And one more important thing, I have drawn the dotted lines where the clock transition happens, and where the rising edge there, where that places only I have drawn the dotted lines, because there only transition happens from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. If you see the next rising edge, there also we have high. So next up to when then you see the next rising edge, then follow that. So you can see the rising edge over here. In that position, we are going to compare S and R, that is 1 and 0. Here also set is 1. So again, you are going to maintain Q as high only. Up to then, you are going to see the next rising edge. So in the next rising edge also, you can also see the next rising edge contains the set as 1 and reset as 0. So in this case also, you are going to follow up to the next rising edge, you are going to have the high input only, high output only, Q. So if you see here, then for the next rising edge, that the set is 0 and the reset is high. So you are going to reset means what? 0. So you are going to reset the output Q to 0. So you can also see the transition of the output. So as this is the just basic thing that I took some random things, so that might appear like this. But in the exams or according to your situations, you can take your inputs and outputs, and when clock transition is means clock is going or rising, you are going to compare S and R up to the next rising edge. Then like that you are going to compare all the things, and you are going to formulate the timing diagram analysis for the output Q. And if you want output Q bar, just opposite of this only, Q. In the same way, we are also going to confirm the negative edge triggering. So this is the block diagram that we already saw for the SR flip-flop. With the help of the negative edge triggering, we are going to indicate with a small bubble. But in the clock transition, we are going to have the negative edges like it is from clock transition from the going down. You can see over there. And I have took two inputs S and R, and we are going to formulate the output Q. So in the same fashion, indicate ones and zeros in the input. Two inputs, 0 means S and R. You can see how I am representing over there. Then the first falling edge you can see over there, that is the falling edge. Up to then don't change anything. When you see the first falling edge, you are going to compare S and R, that is S set is 0 and reset is 1. So you are going to reset our output Q to 0. So then up to then you are going to see the next falling edge, so that we are able to control our output based on the clock falling and rising edges. So this is the one of the main usage in the SR flip-flops than the gated latches. So you can see the next falling edge here, again the set is 0 and reset is 1. So we are going to follow the same thing because reset is 1 here, means you are going to have 0 only. So the next thing, if you compare that the falling edge, next falling edge, so again set is 0 and reset is 1. So again you are going to follow the reset, Q is equals to 0 only. So for your understanding purpose, I have took some random things. So that is the thing, it is coming always down only. But somewhere they, according to correct question or correct diagram, we can able to formulate the correct timing diagram analysis, the output Q. But this is the procedure that we are going to follow. When clock is going down or negative edge is coming, we are going to compare S and R up to the next falling edge comes. So this is the format. So if you see the next last falling edge, that set is 1 and reset is 0. Here we are going to reset, means the set our output Q to 1. So you can see over there how I set the output Q. So likewise, any of the thing that they might give, you can able to formulate the output Q and Q bar. Just opposite of Q is Q bar. So I hope you understood that. So after that, we are going to see the characteristic equation of SR flip-flop. So what is meant by characteristic equation? So let us understand what is meant by that. So the output of flip-flop in terms of input and present state. So we are going to have one of the expression, that is Qn plus 1, that is the next state output, in terms of the present state input and inputs S and R. How this function means, how we have to obtain that function expression in terms of output expression. So let's see how to obtain the next state output expression in terms of the present state. For that purpose, we are going to have the truth table. So we have this complete truth table of the SR flip-flop. So up to now, what we have saw, the truth table is just the simple representation of the truth table. But this truth table is the extended form of the truth table, because here we have three variables, that is S, R and present state output, that is Qn, and the next state output also, that is Qn plus 1, that is the next state output, that is the final output. So the basic thing that we are going to go from 0 to 7, that is 0 0 to 111. And how we are going to obtain the outputs? So the same thing. So if you see the first two conditions, because in the first two conditions S and R both are zeros, so that we already learned when S and 0 means S and R are 0 0, the output would be what? Hold condition. So the hold means what? In the next state would be as same as the present state. So in the present state we have 0 1. In the next state also we are going to have 0 1 only. In the next two conditions we are going to have S and R as 0 1. So the condition we have already seen. When S and R are 0 1, what is meant by that? Here reset is 1, means the whole outputs, whatever may be the present state, it don't care. The next state would be definitely 0. That is the meaning of when reset is equals to 1. So you can also see there, I have resetted the present states to the next state as 0. So if you also see the next state two cases, then set is 1 and reset is 0. The whole output on the next state would be 1s. So if you consider the last two cases when reset and set is 1 1, the whole output would be don't care, forbidden states. We have already seen the cases. So then the next step we are going to follow is we are going to have a 3 variable k-map and we are going to place all the minterms in that with the including don't cares also. So you are going to see the output expression that would look like that. So the qn plus 1, the next state output expression is sigma 145. So because we have in the positions of 145 as minterms and we have don't cares in the position of 6 and 7. So include all those terms in the k-map, that is because we have 3 variables, so that is 3 variable k-map. So like that you can group 3 2 7 6 as a single group and you can group as a corner group, and that is 4 and 6. So here we have two groups. So in the output qn plus 1 we are going to have the two products, means sum of two products in the SOP format. So you can see final output as qn plus 1 is equals to s plus qn r bar. I hope you know how to solve the how to solve the k-map output expressions. So I have took directly output expressions over here. So this is the final characteristic equation of SR flip-flop. So that is the final output expression qn plus 1 is equals to s plus qn r bar. So if you want more clarification, you can also put the values when s is equals to 0 and r is equals to 0 and you can get the output. So if you put s and means both of 0 in the first case, that is the basic case, if you put them you are going to obtain the qn, the same thing. So we have already know the truth table of the SR flip-flop. So that is we should get the same thing, that is qn. So remaining things like that you can check, that is 0 1 1. So basically last case is a forbidden state or invalid state, but in this case we are getting 1. So it's no problem because it can get anything 0 or 1, but we are getting 1, no problem, that is 4. So in between I have mentioned something called we can build the SR flip-flop with the help of the gated latch. So it is something interesting quite, right? So we are going to build that only right now. So if you see already, we already know the gated SR latch. So if we attach a small transition detection circuit, we can able to fix our job, that is SR flip-flop. So let's see how to build the circuit, that is box inside the box, that is clock transition detection circuit. Now we are going to build the detection circuits. The rising means the rising edge and falling edge detection circuits we are going to build now. First let's start with the positive edge triggering detection. So this is the circuit, a simple circuit that we can able to judge, or we can able to fix this circuit in the above circuit, means the before circuit, means for the gated latch circuit to get the SR flip-flop. Means we can simply say it can convert the positive, means the level to the edge triggering. So if you compare here, we have a clock pulse over a positive edge over there. So that is I have represented with a clock. Then we have a clock bar because we have NOT gate that will invert the clock. So we are passing a clock, right? That clock will be inverted with the help of the NOT gate and directly will be passed to the AND gate. So in the AND gate, the inverted clock and normal clock will be multiplied. So if you observe the timing diagram analysis for the NOT gate inverted clock, so due to some propagation, it will be inverted. Same as it should be as it is like similar to the clock. But due to propagation delay of the NOT gate, it will be just forwarded like that. So that gap you can see right there over there, highlighted in a green color, that indicates the rising edge. So if in the rising edge we have 1 1. So after that only the output will be produced in the AND gate, the clock, the final AND gate in the means output in the AND gate. So the AND gate output you can see clearly over there. So that AND gate also have some propagation delay. So that is why the output, final output is like that. So simply I can say that the positive edge or the rising edge detector with this help of simple circuit. So attach that small circuit to the gated SR latch. So then you able to constructed this is the SR latch with the help of the gated latch. So this is the finally SR flip-flop you can say. So the next thing we are going to see is with the help of the negative edge triggering detection circuit. So this is a small circuit that called the negative edge triggering. It can detect the negative edges. In the same fashion, the clock will be inverted with the help of the NOT gate and we are going to pass again the same clock into the NOR gate. So if you consider, so as this is the NOR gate, so you are going to have the output So similarly, if you consider clock, that is normal signal, and if you consider the NOT gate, means the NOT gate timing diagram, so that is inverted, it should be same as that only, but due to propagation delay in this here also, the NOT gate output would be just lightly forwarded. The gap would be just in nanoseconds, but we have to represent that also. So here we can represent that small delays that can be in the NOR gate output, final NOR gate output. That would be clock plus clock bar whole bar. So that output you can see over there. The gap you can see right over there. That is the thing that we can able to see. The clock negative edge we can able to detect with this small circuit. So in the same way, fix that also. Again, you are going to have this as flip-flop, SR flip-flop, but this is the negative edge triggered SR flip-flop. So you can also observe that we are just fixed to the gated SR latch, that simple circuit, the detection circuit. So this becomes our negative edge triggered SR flip-flop. Now here's an important question, that all the situations and cases in the truth table are exactly we can perform. So the first case, that 0, when S is 0, R is 0, we can perform. So S is 0, R is 1, S is 1, R is 0. These three cases we can able to perform or identify, or simply we can get the output. But where we can get the issue is with the last case, that when S and 1 means S and R is 1. So that is known as forbidden state. We cannot get the perfect output in the situation. So that is the reason we are not going to use the SR flip-flop mainly in the circuits. So it is very important to also know this about this SR flip-flop. So that is the thing that we are going to discuss, or we are discussing this SR flip-flop also. But with the help of the D flip-flop, JK, T flip-flops, we can able to construct the fourth case also. When S and R 1, because both of the cases are 1 1, we can able to fix the forbidden states. So these things will be discussed in upcoming videos. So stay tuned. I hope you understood this video. Thanks for watching up to now.